Hey y'all, it's April with Homesteading in the City, and I just wanted to stop in real quick to make some mimosa flower syrup with you. And this is my first time doing this, so if I make any mistakes, we'll learn from them. But I love these little flowers. They come from the mimosa tree, which is one of my favorite trees. I was obsessed with them as a kid. I think that the flowers look like something out of Dr. Seuss. And they're just really cute. They don't last for a long time. But what I didn't know was that you could actually make syrup from them. And I think I read that the tree leaves are edible too. But anyway, I planted a mimosa tree in my garden. It was a little bit before my grandfather passed away. It came from his property. So it's a really special tree for me. But anyway, let's make some syrup. So I have some mimosa flowers. And we're pretty much going to just use a 1:1:1 ratio. So I have a cup of water that is about to start simmering here in this pan. And typically I would not rinse the flowers. It's been said not to just kind of shake them out, but there were a lot of little bugs in here. So I ran some water through the flowers, and we're going to pop a cup of flowers into our water, and we're going to let it steep. Just going to mix them in, and we're going to let all of their floral fragrance, which as I've already put them in this warm water there, I can already smell them coming out. So we're going to let this simmer and let them steep for about 15 minutes. And then we will strain them and add the sugar. Okay, so our 15 minutes are up. We've been simmering for that long. So now we're going to strain the flowers from the liquid. And it actually smells more fragrant than I thought it was going to be. So I'm very interested to see how this ends up tasting. So get that strained. Just gonna give this a little rinse. We'll discard the flowers and the compost, and let's see if you can see it. I don't want to spill it out. Here, as I'm pouring, you can see there's our liquid. It has a nice little pink color to it. And now we're just going to add in our sugar. That's a lot of sugar. I'm using sugar in the raw. You can use regular white sugar, or if you wanted to use honey or some other sweet substitute, I'm sure you could do that as well. And so now I'm just going to bring this back up to a simmer and let the sugar dissolve. Let's see how we're doing. And because I'm using sugar in the raw instead of a pink color, now we have this nice little amber color that I'll show you in a little bit. But yeah, so now we want to wait another 10 minutes to let this simmer and let our syrup thicken. We're back. I did not let this simmer as long as I said I was going to, because after about 5 minutes, it was as thick as I want the syrup to be. Now, if you want it to be thicker, you can simmer it a little bit longer. But I want to give it a taste. Doing a 1:1:1 ratio is going to make this really sweet. And so definitely sweet. I'm getting a bit of the floral notes from the mimosa flower. However, I think if I was doing this again, I would probably half the sugar, because I don't quite need it this sweet. But I would pull back on the sugar, maybe do a cup of water, half a cup of sugar, cup or more of the flowers. But this will still be a nice syrup that can be used in tea, cocktails, maybe even drizzled over some vanilla ice cream, or maybe put on top of a cake, especially if you've simmered this longer to make it a thicker syrup. It would probably be nice with pancakes. So you have a lot of options here. But what I like to do with my syrups, after I make them, I like to stick them in a squeeze bottle. So this is cooled down some, and I'm just going to put it in this bottle. Let's see if it's gonna overflow. I think we just made it. We just made it, yes. All right. So then put it in the squeeze bottle, and then we can easily access it and use it in whatever we want. But this is nice. I recommend going out and foraging some mimosa flowers and making your own syrup. It's a nice addition for any of your other sweeteners. But give it a try. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.